been pretty full on. Yesterday was a massive day, so feel like a really nice stretch today. So we're going to do a lot of body opening, a lot of chest opening and stuff today. So we'll start with Nadi Shodhana. I really like to start with that, just to bring us to the space. So just in your own time, so just bring the fingers to the middle of the eyebrows. And then when you're prepared, just block the right and breathe in through left. Block left, breathe out through right. Inhale right. Block, release through left. And then just go in your own time. Just making that inhale deeper and deeper as you go. And then releasing the exhale nice and slow. Just really bringing that exhale nice and slow. And then when you're ready, just release and bring the hands down to the knees. Keep the eyes closed and then just work through both nostrils nice and deep, just taking your time. Beautiful. And we're just going to start with a forward bend. So while we're in this position, we'll just stay in the position and just walk forward. So just coming forward. Coming to where you need to come to. You can have a bolster or whatever you like in front of you. 3 minutes today, poses. Just stretching forward through that back. And then we're going to get in a nice back bend after this. So just start connecting to that breath you were connected to. Continuing through into the pose. Slowly come down. Beautiful. Just making sure that each breath you're just getting the full benefit of the inhale, and each exhale just releasing nice and slow. And if you just focus on that, it becomes second nature, and then you'll start feeling a lot better in the poses as you go through. Just getting deeper as deep as you can go. We're halfway through now on the first pose, so just as deep as you can go now. Start feeling that stretch through the hamstring, through the glutes, through the glutes. You should feel a nice stretch through there. Lengthen through the spine, so bringing the chin to chest. Continue with the breath. So last 40 seconds. And when you're ready, slowly, slowly work your way up. And we're going to go straight into the next pose. So just with your bolster, just have it behind you. You can use the strap if you want to use the strap. So we're coming into Supta Baddha Konasana. So soles of the feet together, you can strap. I think I'll use the strap today. Wrap it around you like a shirt, like you're putting a shirt on. Tighten it up. Bolster or block or cushion behind you, and then just coming back into the pose. You can pull the strap up if you like, if it's not over you. You can have it without a strap and just allow the legs to drop out. But the idea of this is a full body opener, okay? So we're opening right through the chest. So bring the shoulder blades together and then just drop the arms to the side. Drop the head back so we can open up through the throat. Opening up through the hips. It's a really nice pose. The body and get us ready to go a little bit deeper. And just maintaining that focus on the breath. Keeping that mind as calm and relaxed as possible. You should start feeling just that opening, and just the more open you become, the more relaxed you become, the more comfortable you become. Instead of that rolling of the shoulders, rolling into the hips. We're now reversing all that. So I like to use this pose quite a lot when I'm doing my own yoga, or it could be just trying to do some work on the computer or anything. I'm just not thinking correctly. You just come into this pose and I can lay here for 20 minutes and you just feel so open, so more relaxed. Your mind becomes calmer, stiller. It's just beautiful. So just remember this pose is there anytime you want to use it. And sometimes if you've had a really bad day, there's child's pose or this pose, which is a really nice pose to just calm everything down. Just relax yourself and realize that all those thoughts that you're thinking of aren't really that important. What's important is It's just connecting to yourself and understanding who you are, and what your purpose is, and just completely let go of any pulling and pushing from life. So just the last 20 seconds now. I've always been thinking one day I'm going to do a class and just get everyone in this pose and then stay in it for the hour, just see how it feels. They might think the screen's frozen. When you're ready, slowly work your way up. So we need to come into Shavasana after this. Straight legs, take the strap off, and then just come into Shavasana. Keep the strap close to you, because we'll need it for the next 2 or 3 poses. So just relax in Shavasana now. And just feel those hips, just feel that sensation now in the hips. Really, really nice sensation. It's the hips starting to open up. Then when you're ready, we're just going to do Padamuktasana. So just bend the right knee up, interlace all 10 fingers, place it below the knee on the shin, and bring the right knee away from the body and pull it up towards the right armpit. And just squeeze down. We're just going to be here for about 20, 30 seconds. So just get the pressure that you need, that you can feel a bit of a pinch there, and just hold there. So this is a really awesome pose for digestion, okay? Whether your digestion's really good or if it's really bad. This is more of a balancing of the digestive system. It's a good way to get rid of excess vata or excess air through the body. Pull down nice and strong now. And then release. Straighten the right leg out. We'll do the same with the left. Pull it up. Bring the knee away from the rib cage. Interlace all 10 fingers. Pull down. Keeping both shoulder blades on the ground, chin towards the chest. And just pull. Find a place where you're comfortable and just hold there for the next 20 seconds or so. And then relax. So relax the left leg down just for a few breaths, and then we do both legs. So we want to do transverse column now. So bend the knees up, bring them into the chest. Just wrap around as much as you can. Pull the knees into the chest as much as you can. Chin towards the chest. Really lengthen through the spine. When you're in this properly, it's really hard to speak. So just pull in as much as you can to that chest. Squeeze the knees together, chin to chest. Eventually just roll that tailbone towards the floor. Squeeze and then release. Release the legs down, just relax. So that pose is purely just the digestive system. It's a really nice thing to do to get it going, particularly in the morning. So we're going to do the pose with the strap, where we're going to work the hips. So grab the strap and bring it around the right foot, the base of the right foot. And we've done this one before. So grab the strap up as high as you can go towards the foot. And then we bring the right leg outwards away from the body. Keep holding onto the strap. Now what's going to happen, pull on the strap and your left hip's going to come up. So just push that left hip down. The right leg will come back up a bit and just hold in that position. So you want both hips on the floor, shoulder blades on the floor, chin towards chest and pull. These three poses get really deep into the hips. So we're going to be a minute on this one, going away from the body. And then we're going to be a minute. We'll go completely over to the other side. A minute there. And then we'll be 3 minutes in hammock pose. And that's opening the hips, working the hamstrings, releasing the lower back. Okay, so that's the idea of these sorts of poses, to release the tightness, the tension, the compression in the lower back. And just focus on the breath. Just keep pushing that right heel away, bring the toes towards the shins and pull. And then slowly come up with the right leg, switch hands and bring the left leg over, the right leg over, sorry, to the left side. Then you're going to feel it in the glute, especially if you've moved houses. You're going to feel it deep in the glutes. Bring those shoulder blades on the floor, chin towards the chest. Push the right heel away and keep pulling on the strap. You can look out to the right if your neck feels comfortable. If not, just get a comfortable position. And the idea is to bring that right foot as high as possible. So what I mean by that is up to the toes, up towards level with the head, basically. So just trying to bring that leg upwards. As you push the heel out, and as you bring the toes towards the shins. And when you're ready, come back up. And then on the same leg, we're going to come into hammock pose. So you can either hold the strap or put it around your head. You can tighten, if you're getting better at it, just tighten the strap. Give yourself a bit of a challenge to get that head back down. And just breathe into this pose. And the deeper you connect to the breath when you're stretching hamstrings, the more benefit you're going to get. You're just going to release through that tightness. It's when you're focused on the tightness that you'll get more tightness. So it's about just letting go of that thought process of how tight you are. Just allow the relaxation to come in, and the body knows what to do itself. Doesn't need the mind to tell it what to do. So just allow that to happen. Every time we work on hamstrings, you're going to feel so much taller at the end of it. And that's just the decompression of the lower back. And plus the release of the hamstring makes you feel alive. Well, everyone's legs is much straighter than what it used to be. It's really good. This is a really good pose to get progress in moving forward in yoga. The three that we've just done. It just gives you much more mobility in the areas you need mobility to get deeper into poses. I know at both my teacher trainings, this was like a mandatory pose that everyone just had to do before class. You had to get there early, and this was one of the mandatory poses you had to do before class. So they look at it as a pretty important pose for progression. Last 20 seconds on this side. And we're going to change sides. So bring the left foot into the strap now. Straighten that right foot out. And then we're going to go away from the body first. So grab the strap up high, drop the left leg away from the body. Let it go down as far as possible, and then push that right hip back to the floor. Shoulder blades on the floor, chin to chest. Pull on the strap so the toes are coming towards the shins, and then push the heel away from the body. It gets deep into the hip flexors by doing that. Just keep breathing, keep focusing on that breath. Try and get into a place of stillness as much as you can. It's pretty hard with these poses to find, there's no wobbles and stuff. But if you can find that space, just hold there, just breathe. Ready to come back up. Going to go to the other side, so swapping hands. And bring the left foot across the body. Feeling that twist in the spine. Shoulder blades onto the floor, look out to the left. If you feel comfortable doing that, and push the heel away. Bring the toes towards the shins and pull on the strap if you can. Beautiful, really nice stretch. I'm sure everyone's feeling this. You always find you got one side tighter than the other. This is my tight side and I'm really feeling it deep. And we're ready, slowly come back. And then move into hammock pose on this side. Just working your way into the pose, getting where you need to get, then just find that breath, find the stillness. Just breathe, coming up to about halfway through now. Keep pushing that heel away, toes towards the shins if you can. And breathe. Work with breath. So last 50 seconds. Try and get the best stretch you can. And slowly come out and really relax that hamstring and hip in Shavasana. Just completely let yourself go. So we're going to move into supported bridge from here. So just bring the knees into the chest and have a squeeze, and then get yourself set up for supported bridge.
So I'm going to use bolster today as well as the block. So you can use whatever you like. But just get yourself comfortable. This is the complete opening of the back, the lower back here now, so we can get deeper and deeper. So get yourself right. Get the best stretch you can for the day. Lower back is tight as. And just scan the body and feel what you need. You don't want to feel any pain in the back, anything that's too if you're in a bit of discomfort, just make sure you bend the knees up and then slowly slide them away. Shoulder blades together, chin to chest. You want that sternum up as high as it can go. Beautiful. Just feel those hips opening up. The back starts to decompress. So we stretch below the hips. So this is the stretch above the hips now. It should feel nice and loose. About a minute and a half to go. Just redo those shoulder blades if you need to, so bring them together. Mine always want to just come apart a little bit. Bring the chin closer to the chest. Really lengthening that spine. So last 20 seconds now. And when you're ready, we're going to slowly come out of the pose. Just being really mindful of the lower back and lifting the hips up when you bend the knees up. Soles of the feet on the ground, lift up, release, and then slowly stretch the legs out. Good minute in Shavasana now. We've worked that area quite heavily in the last 15 minutes, really. So it's 15 minutes of focus on the hip region. That's what we've just done, hip lower back region. So ways to get it moving and to start getting that mobility back in order after sleeping. You're ready, bring the knees into the chest, but take your time here. So just have a squeeze in, you can roll on the lower back, which you feel fine. 15, 20 seconds here. And then when you're ready, rolling up to a seated position. So what I want you to do is grab your strap, and if you've got sensitive knees, make sure you put something under your knee for this one here. We're going to come up into a low lunge position. We're going to use a strap to stretch quads. Okay, so that's one place we haven't stretched. So to do that, we can come into the low lunge position like this, and then we place the strap underneath the foot. It gets a little bit tricky, so just be careful with it. So get the strap under the foot, and then reach the strap over, and then come up into this position here. So you're pulling, and it's up to you how tight you want it, how much of a stretch you want with this. Okay, so it's a really, really good stretch. If you don't want to use a strap, you can use your foot, your hand, and just bring your hand up. There's just a couple of minutes in this, it's not too long, but it's a really good stretch. Okay, so it's just a little bit different than going into Supta Vajrasana. You're really lengthening through the spine here. So bring chin to chest as you pull and stretch. Yeah, it's a bit tricky with the strap. Sometimes it takes me ages to get hooked up, so don't worry if that's what's happening. And then you can I sort of get the strap nice on my shoulder, and then I'll move my body forward to get the stretch. So you can just really just move into that front ankle, and you'll just get a different sort of stretch there. So we've got a minute to go. It's quite intense. Builds up a little bit of heat when you're in this sort of position. Just work with the breath. It's really bizarre here, like the first morning here, I'm looking around all out of my windows, all I can see is trees and birds, and beautiful. It's really nice. So just a couple more breaths, and then we're going to release the strap. So release the strap, bring the hands onto the knee, the left knee, push the knee away. Make sure you're engaging the hip flexors. Once you engage the hip flexors, you feel them switch on, then you can move into whatever position you like. So coming down onto the hands or onto the elbows, you can move that left foot out a little bit to give yourself a bit more room, and then we're stretching then through the left hip flexor. Breathe. So another minute to go here. You should feel this getting really deep into that left hip now. Then when you're ready, help yourself up, but just keep the right hand down on the floor. Bring the left hand onto the knee, and then we're twisting. So we're trying to just twist and look over that left shoulder. Again, you should feel that in the left side, so the glute, but the stretch in the right hip flexor is quite intense. So then when you're ready, just come back around. We're going to stay in this position. And move into pigeon pose. So just bring that left foot across the body. Point the toes out to the side. Make sure that right leg is nice and straight. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, come forward. And so now we move deeper into the glute, the left glute. So a couple of minutes in this pose. So you should be able to feel what's happening with the body with this series of poses. What we've worked on this morning is just really concentrating on that area of the lower back, hips, glutes, and hamstrings. So a minute to go here. And when you're ready, help yourself up. Straighten that left leg out. You can just come onto all fours and just do a few cat cows. Just work that spine a little bit. And then we'll switch into the other side. So when you're ready, just bring that right foot up, grab the strap. Or if you don't want to use the strap, you can grab the foot with the hand. I usually cramp up when I do that for some reason, so the strap allows me not to cramp. And if you can get the strap, come up, And just take your time to get in the position you need to. You want to make sure you can see the big toe over your right knee, so slide that foot forward and then pull. And just remember, you want that stretch is focusing on the quad, so the left quad. That's where you want to feel all that pressure, is the left quad. Beautiful. So the last 40 seconds here. And when you're ready, release the strap. Push it to the side, come up onto the knee and push that knee away. So hands on the knee, push the knee away. Just make sure you're in the left hip flexor. If not, just move that knee backwards, so have it more on an angle. And then move into the position you want to move into. Coming down on the hands, or if you've got a bolster there, come down on the bolster, or bring elbows to floor. You can move that right foot away a little bit if you want a bit more space. So this here is obviously stretching the left hip flexor. We're blocking off complete blood flow through the right hip. So it should be that pinch there in the right hip is just stopping all blood flow. So we're working on both sides of the body by just doing this. A minute to go. And when you're ready, slowly come up. Then we'll move into the twist. So bring the left hand down on the floor underneath the shoulder. Move the right leg out a bit if you like and twist. Push the right hand onto the knee and twist. And each breath, if you can, you just come a little bit deeper. So inhale, lengthen through the spine. So that means pushing on that knee a little bit. And then exhale, just coming deeper. It's a pretty intense pose, this. So breathe yourself through it. So last 10 seconds. Beautiful. Slowly, slowly coming out of the pose. And what we're going to do is we're going to move straight into the next pose because we can. So, but first of all, sit on your butt, stretch those legs out. And give them a shake. And then a few windshield wipers as well, so just get into those hips there. And then stretch the legs out, grab the strap. And we're going to do Paschimottanasana to finish off. So what this is going to do is lengthen the spine more through and lengthening the whole back side of the legs and lengthening the spine. So it's the whole back body. So when we started, we opened the front body. So now we're stretching the back body. So you should feel good after all the poses we've done. It's 3 minutes in this. So pull the strap around and remember, lengthen through the spine. So grab the strap as low as you can. Lengthen through the spine. Inhale, lengthen, and then come forward, stomach to thighs. Once you get stomach to thighs, then you can release the strap if you need to. Hands around and coming into the pose. So you should feel quite okay after all the poses we've done. But make sure that if you need the strap, to keep the strap going until you get that stomach flat on the thighs. Okay, so just continue with that. Don't come out of that too early and try and get to touch your toes. That doesn't matter. It's all about stomach to thighs. And you can just wiggle those seat bones back a little bit. That'll get you a little bit deeper. Halfway through now. This class is also quick. Keep looking at the toes as you start to bring that head closer to the toe. Beautiful. The pose is there. Last 50 seconds. You can just bring those hips a little bit further back, pull a little bit tighter, get as deep as you can go. Because then you've got about 4 minutes in Shavasana. Get as deep as you can, get as much as you can out of the pose right now. And when you're ready, slowly release. And then coming into the final pose, into Shavasana. So just make sure that you lay back, relax, just let everything go. You should feel really awesome around the hips and lower back region now. No, I do feel really light. Because when the class started, I was really heavy in that area. So now that you're just letting go,
Bring your focus into one area as usual. So we're going to come to the belly button and just feel the belly button rise and fall. Now just move to the chest, feel the chest rise and fall. Go to the throat and just feel the air moving in through the throat on the inhale and out through the throat on the exhale. Go to the nostrils and feel the air coming in and out of the nostrils. Now with every inhale, I'm going to say mentally to ourselves, so. Every exhale, hum. So hum. And now, with the breath, we're still focusing on the breath. We're going to replace so hum with counting. So inhale 21, exhale 21. Inhale 20, exhale 20. Inhale 19, exhale 19. Go all the way down to 1 if you can. Just knowing where you are at all times and counting. Now just cease counting and then focus on the heart. Focus on the heart. Firstly, relax your jaw and then focus on the heart. And just feel the heartbeat. And just become aware of the natural breath. And then giving yourself some thanks and praise for getting here this morning and dedicating the time to the mat. I know everyone's getting busy again, but giving yourself this time is really important. So well done with that. And thank yourself for that. And a gratitude to someone in your life. And just send that gratitude to be grateful to have them in your life. And when you're ready, start wiggling the toes and the fingers. Rolling to the right hand side, take a breath. Then working your way up into Sukhasana, comfortable seated pose, bring the hands into prayer position. And remember, thumbs to the chest in this position. Sternum up, shoulder blades together. We continue to lengthen through the spine by bringing the chin to chest. Thanks so much for being here this morning and allowing me to take you through the class. It's a pleasure once again. And thank you for joining me in my new space today, which was pretty exciting. So have a wonderful rest of the day. I'll catch us all again soon. Namaste.